sat in the gas and burnt her. That was the end of the war. It's naughty, that. Auntie Mary had a canary up the leg of her drawers. She pulled the string to make it sing, and down came Santa Claus. Oh, I'm no hairy Mary, I'm your mom. I'm no hairy Mary, I'm your mom. Oh, I'm no hairy Mary, I'm no hairy Mary. I'm no hairy Mary, I'm your mom. Oh, you can't shove your granny off a bus. Push, push. Oh, you can't shove your granny off a bus. Push, push. Oh, you can't shove your granny, and she's your mammy's mammy. Oh, you can't shove your granny off a bus. Her singing I will if you will, so will I. Oh, singing I will if you will, so will I. Singing I will if you will. I will if you will. I will if you will, so will I.
Oh, shut up. My God. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, hello. The Round Table of Poker is back with me, El Shuggy Wuggy .1. It's great to be back here in the land of the internet, in the land of the poker players who play VR poker and who are enjoying the group. Lots of new members this week, so hi to all the new members. I'm not going to name you one by one, but welcome to the page, and don't forget, tell 10 people to tell 10 people to tell 10 people to 10 people. And that means the group will get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and we'll do amazing things. All right. I've got my kind of country and western shirt on. It's not even a shirt. It's actually one of the shoes I wear when I'm performing. No, it's not Elvis. It's not Elvis. Anyway, apart from that, how was your week? And I'm sorry we weren't here last week, but it was the famous American throw ball final. I think it's called the Super Bowl. That's where you throw the egg, try and catch it. You run into a bit of area to get a touchdown, but you don't touch it down. Anyway, so we postponed our live 22 questions because of that. However, we're back. And this week, it gives me great pleasure. Excuse me. It gives me great pleasure. Oh, wait a minute. We've got some messages coming in already. Slugsy's there. Hi, Slugsy. There's Tall Chewy saying I'm turned on. And obviously Slugsy's turned on as well. Right. So if you want to comment, just write on this stream of comments and we'll show your comments on the page. And just to make sure that we know who you are, make sure that you give StreamYard your permission to use your name, just like Arnold. Arnold says hello. Do you know who Arnold is? Arnold is Newton. Newton, the boy stays in Switzerland and is German. So people watching already, and of course we know that people do catch up. Right, enough of that speaking from me. I've done the welcome. Auntie Mary had a canary up the leg of her drawers. So we're going to bring on the most famous auntie on Poker Stars. And we're going to bring her on right now. She's known as Auntie Axe. And today I'm going to call her Alex, okay? Or you can call her Axe. So please welcome this week's guest on the 19th of February. It's Alex. Hello.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Good. We're good. Nice bright room you've got there. Alex. Oh, wait a minute. You've got a hole in your trousers.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Right. Okay. Anyway, nice to meet you at long last. We've played a lot of times round the tables. And thanks for volunteering. Can you hear me okay? Oh, she's been cut off. She just heard her going, whoops. Oh, oops. Don't know what's happened there. We'll see if she comes back on. So now I've got to ad lib. Okay. Ad lib. Right, okay. So how has your poker week went? For me, I've got to say it's probably one of the best weeks that I've had for a long time. There's Babs McGillicuddy saying, oh, Shuggy, you're looking fancy. It is a fancy one. Newton saying, oozos. And he's saying, oops, yeah, oops. All right. Tall Chewy saying, that's what I get for negging. What does negging mean? Negging on her pants. I wasn't talking about her pants. I was talking about her trousers. Her pants is her underwear. I wasn't talking about her underwear. I was talking about trousers. She got a hole in her trousers, so she did. But don't worry, she's back, and I'm going to bring her on right now. She must have get disconnected or not paid her Wi-Fi bill, but here she is.
Hey, I got a Netgear Nighthawk. It's not me.
All right, what happened?
I don't know. All of a sudden, everything just went black.
Ah, right, okay. Oh, that's one of the black boxes things that we get in Poker Stars.
It's not my Wi-Fi, I promise.
Right, okay, good. Right, we've got you back, which they were giving me a hard time. They said that you left because I was negging on your pants because you had a hole in your pants.
I got one on the other knee too, so you don't.
All right,
You know,
okay.
you're not wrong.
So, like, stop talking about pants and underwear and whatever. Anyway, welcome and thanks, not for volunteering, thanks for being bribed to do this interview. So we're going to fire away. You've got your 22 questions that we're going to ask you, the same questions that we ask all the players. And we've also put the link on the page if any of the players want to come on and ask their own question to you. There's Babs McGillicuddy saying, oh, look at her. She's so cute.
Oh.
Do you know who that is?
Yes, that's Cabaret, right?
It is. It's Kappa Slug. Kappa Slug. Something
Hello.
like that. Anyway, right. So here we are, Alex. We want to know your in-game name and if you have any other usernames. In-game name.
So my in-game name is Auntie7, and do I have any other usernames? I don't.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
Okay, but you've put on your name here as Axe. What's that? Axe.
That was just me trying to keep my Facebook as private as possible. So I just made it my first name and my last name.
Right. Okay. So I'll call you Alex because I guess you're Alex.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Alex is fine. Right. So tell everybody whereabouts you are. Are you in Northern Africa? Is that?
No, I'm in Boston. I'm Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts. Have you always been there, Alex?
Mm-hmm. Born and raised, but I've lived kind of all over the country. I moved probably every single year of my life. I was in a different school. I've lived everywhere from, California to Hawaii to North Carolina. I've lived in a lot of different places.
Okay, and do you think Boston is home? And that is.
Oh yeah, yep. I was born here. Most of my time has been here.
And most of your family's round about the Boston area as well. Cool.
Yep.
Okay, so what do you work as? Do you work? What do you do?
Of course, I work very hard. I am a licensed drug and alcohol counselor.
Sorry, did you say a Stroganoff counselor? What did you say there? Slow down.
I'm a licensed drug and alcohol counselor.
Ah, right, okay.
So like a psychotherapist, but my professional licensure is in drug and alcohol counseling. Okay. So I work in a rehab.
Very good. And is that just the one location, or are you mobile?
So no, I just go to one building and I work there. But we have a lot of different locations where I work. So.
Okay, and do you have your own? Is it patients? Did I say patients, or victims?
Some of them might call themselves that. I have a caseload of anywhere between 14 to 17, and I also run like groups and stuff. So basically, like everybody there is my patients, right. But I have like a bunch of them that are my individual ones who I see for therapy every week.
Okay, so I guess it must be quite a demanding job because a bit of research, because you have to know basically everything about their lifestyle and how they've lived their life if you have to give them counselling. So for you to remember 17 patient stories, do you never get muddled up between them?
No, I have a very good memory for spoken word. So like I can remember most of what people tell me and not like without recall, but if they remind me, oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
and all that.
So that's good because I think a part of the therapy is for the patients to feel comfortable with you. Is that right? And so they can open up.
Yeah, relational. You have to have. I think everybody has a different style of counseling. Mine is definitely a relational style, like a humanistic approach.
Yeah, yeah. I think if I was to give counselling, my approach would be fucking stop taking that crap. It's not good for you. I don't think that would work, would it?
You'd be surprised. Sometimes I have to say, like, "What the fuck you doing? Get it
Oh,
together." You know, come
all
on.
right. Just
But
as if they waking them up, kind of thing. Okay, right. So now we've got what you're doing. Out with playing poker. Do you have any hobbies, Alex? Any
yeah,
hobbies?
yeah, I have a lot. I golf. I collect uranium glass, like all different kinds of glass.
So slow down. Uranium glass.
Yeah, you guys want to see?
Yeah, yeah. Did you say uranium? Uranium.
Yeah, ready?
Right, show us, show us, show us. Oh wow, it's like a little cave.
Do you see right
Oh,
there, like the green
the
under
green
black light?
and the blue. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the glass that's glowing.
Is that a light is in it?
Yeah, it's under black light.
So did you make them or did you collect? Right.
I collect them, so I get them at thrift stores and stuff.
Huh. Right. So and you play golf? Are you often out on the course?
I haven't been out yet this winter, but it's been a little bit nice out lately, so I'm anticipating some tea times in my future.
Good. I was actually playing. It's a great day, Padge. Anything else? Pass
I
your
like to
time.
read. I play a ton of video games. As you
Okay.
can see, I've got some of my Switches behind me. I've got 3 of
Okay.
them.
Let's see what have you got here. Got. Oh yeah, you've got Switch. Okay. Right.
And
So
then,
you're a serial gamer.
yeah, basically.
But what game do you play most?
I think if I had to say what game is like my favorite game, do I go back to over and over again? Definitely be Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm on my 6th run through of that right now, actually. Um,
Right. And what platform is that?
that's on Nintendo Switch.
Did you say you played more of that? Do
No. I would say I play it late since I got the Oculus. I've been mostly playing poker, but maybe for every 3 hours of poker I play, I'll play an hour of Zelda.
so tell us the story about how you got the Oculus and how you found the poker.
Okay. So this was like not last maybe it was last Christmas. No, 2 Christmases ago, I think. My sister and I decided that we both wanted an Oculus and that we were gonna just buy one for each other for Christmas.
Okay.
So we did that, and then she found Poker Stars, and just like kind of like Slugsy, she like got really into it and was like, "You got to get on it, you got to get on it." And I tried, and I couldn't figure out how to move, and I was like, "This thing fucking sucks. I can't do it." And so I put it down for a bunch of time, like months and months, and didn't play at all. And then she was like, "Come on, I'm gonna show you how to do it." And I was really bored, so I came on. And like the first table I sat at, I think it was D Styles. He bought me like 15 million chips and got me started. And the rest is
Did you
history.
say to Styles?
Yeah.
Wow. Now I'm sure that's the guy that looked after. Was it Chewy as well? Maybe Chewy, if you're watching this, I've seen him buy people chips. He's a lovely, lovely guy.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. So you found Poker Stars you're on. D Styles got you started. So how long have you been on the VR? Poker?
I want to say I've been on since for about a year now. Yeah, so it was 2022 I got it. I started on Poker Stars in like I think April of 2022.
22. Good stuff.
Yep.
Did you play poker before
Yes,
Poker Stars?
I did. So my sister and I were taught by our dad, and we, as soon as we could count from 1 to 10 and knew our shapes and colors, he started teaching us how to play poker. So we used to hustle him for nickels and pennies
Ah,
and dimes, and then poker clubs, he'd take us and stuff like that. But
you sound as if you're a very close relationship to your sister. Is there
yes, we
something?
are.
Is there? I've heard you talk about this at the tables. Would you like to tell everybody about your sister? Why she is a little bit special?
Well, she's a twin sister, an
There
identical
you
twin
go.
sister.
That's it.
Yeah.
Twin sister.
She actually plays in the game. Her username is Tedmeister.
What's her name again?
It's Tedmeister.
Ted Meister. I've never seen. Right. Oh, just get bad news. Just came in, and I'm saddened to hear this. I didn't know this. DeSales has passed away.
That's what I had heard as well.
Oh my
Yeah, he
God.
was very sick for a long time.
Oh, he was just lovely. Absolutely lovely. There's Kappa saying it's a super cute story. So yeah, so your twin sister, and does she not play as much as you?
She not anymore. She's got a lot of other hobbies. She buys and resells jewelry and gems. So she does that and she makes jewelry. She's also a therapist, but she's a lot of different things that she does. So she's really busy.
Okay, cool, right. So in the next question I have is more for our people on the page that play VR poker, not Poker Stars. And in VR poker, we have levels. What level you're on? We don't have that in Poker Stars. So to judge a player on Poker Stars, we usually look at their biggest pot that they've won, and or
Yep.
are you in fact in the gallery, and what can you remember it being your biggest pot win?
Yeah, so my biggest pot is like 100 and something million, but I maintain to this day I don't know really how I got it because I didn't get that much money for it. I was on Uncapped and I went all in. I think I had like I don't even remember. Maybe it was like 100 million. So I was short stacked and I called an all in and I won. But because I was short stacked, I didn't get all the pot. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So the next day I woke up and it was my biggest pot and I was like, how the heck did that happen? Because I don't have that much money.
And did that put you in the gallery, or were you in there before?
No, that put me in there, I believe.
Right. Okay. And what was your first experience of getting in the gallery? Because I know there's some people watch this that aren't in the gallery yet. Did it do anything for you? The gallery? Have you been back?
I mean, I'm not a gambler, so it didn't appeal to me because of that.
Sorry, what did you say there? Rewind. You're not a what?
I'm not a gambler.
Okay, we'd like to thank very much Alex for her time today and coming on the round table of poker. This interview is now over because she says she's not a gambler, yet she's playing poker. Come on.
Two different things, sir.
No, these chips, do they not represent value for you?
Yes, but I think playing a game with skill and gambling are two different things.
I disagree. I think it's gambling first, because to play the game, you have to gamble.
All right, I'm
Because
not a straight gambler.
right, okay, right, I'm with you. Now, it's the way you see it, isn't it, Auntie?
I want to have a little control over the outcome, and I want to be able to be mad at myself if I lose and pleased with myself if I win.
Yeah. Oh, the Zoo's saying something. Agreed. Games player different than gambler.
Yeah.
Right, and
'Cause
somebody else agrees it's a game of skill. So
There we go.
they're all disagreeing with me and agreeing with you.
2 against 1.
Yeah, well, so far it's 3 against 1.
Oh, okay. I guess I can't count.
At the end of the day, this isn't a game of Monopoly or a game of Cluedo. This is a game of poker, which you cannot play without some form of currency.
This is true. You must have currency, whether it's Oreos or Skittles or
Yeah.
pennies and nickels.
So it's Slugsy. It was called Slugsy. You need to give StreamYard permission to use your name on Facebook when you start. Yeah. So if you've got some kind of currency to play the game, then obviously it's gambling first. Before you even get cards, you need to have currency.
This is
So
true.
I think the three of you are contradicting yourself. Anyway,
We'll agree to disagree.
I'm being pedantic. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Right. So, okay. So you're in the gallery. You've got a huge biggest pot win, which kind of signifies what level you're at. And I think it would be great for Poker Stars to kind of show levels, but it doesn't show the levels. maybe that's something that. Right. So, what is your favorite tables? Where do you like playing?
Okay, so I don't really have a favorite table. I want to say like wherever my friends are, wherever the people that I enjoy spending time with are, is where I
Okay.
like to be. But mostly like where am I winning? That's where I like to be. But
Mm,
if you want my opinion on where the best poker is played, I really think it's at the 1 million tables.
Right. So, you hit the 1 million buy-in. So, is that where you would play more often than not?
If I want to practice and I want to work on skill
Yeah.
and I want to play real poker and not be like, like you said, gambling, I'll go to the 1 million tables. Or if my buddies are there.
Right. Okay. Paul is actually Slugsy. Yes, all Slugsy. It did work. Cabaret
It
says
worked.
yes, it worked. So we've got you. Cool. Right. So okay. What about the two higher tables, the 25,000 blinds, and then on to uncapped? What's your thoughts on the tables?
All right, so uncapped, it really depends on who's up there. I'll go up there happily if people have reasonable stacks, like between 50 million and 100 million. I think is a nice little sweet spot. So if everybody on the table kind of has a stack like that, I want to go up there.
Okay,
And then actually today I made 20 million up there in like half an hour, 45
good,
minutes.
good.
With a similar stack like that. 25, 50 tables again, I love them. I think sometimes depending on who's there and what kind of stacks they have, I might avoid them or go. Just depends.
So you would say your favorite tables is probably you look for your friends first.
Yeah, I would say so.
Cool. Right. Poker strategy.
Okay.
How would you describe yourself as a player, and what would you, if you want to give away any of your kind of strategies?
Maybe like schizophrenic. I think intuitive. I definitely utilize table talk to my advantage a lot. Um, I guess my skill is reading people, looking for patterns, understanding, like their behavior. Are they tilted? What's their emotional state like? What did they, like do and say the last time I met them? Was that similar to this time? Um,
See,
I'm more of
see,
like a people player than a cards
yeah,
player.
I'm picking up your right your job to poker tables.
Oh,
You're
yes.
reading, you're reading body language, you're reading sounds, you're picking up on that, and that makes a good poker player. I think that's rather than you say skill, you're reading the player, not playing cards, picking
Yeah.
up on things, and and I like the way you work around the tables. I like the way that you laugh and joke, but at the end of the day, you're still watching your cards and you're being very cute. And I guess it's pretty similar to what I do at the tables. I just come across as
Yeah.
a total buffoon, a total arsehole at times. But I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
And remember, it's a game with a capital G. And and my favourite thing when you come on the table is, and guys, I'm going to ask her to do this. For them that's not played the table with Auntie, um, you have to hear her Mary Poppins accent. It is the best. So I would like you to talk a little bit about Mary Poppins and how she inspired you.
I mean, I don't know that Mary Poppins especially has inspired me, but just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Is that what you're looking for?
It's absolutely amazing. Well, and there's some people write stuff. Talk Chewy says Auntie's table awareness is the next level. There you go. And Caparay's giving us a few laughs there. So yes, you're very social at the table, although your your skin isn't as thick as I thought. She's back.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're very social at the table, although I'm a little bit weary because I think I don't know if your skin is as thick as I thought it was. Do you know
No,
what I'm
I'm very
trying to?
sensitive.
Yes, yes. I picked
I
up
am.
on that a few nights ago when I think I told you, fuck off. Uh,
No. Oh yeah, maybe it was something like that. Oh no, you told me to shut up.
Yeah, that was it. Shut up. Speak when you're spoken to. You're like, shut up. And you're like, ooh, 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 ooh. And I picked up in that. So I apologize. I do apologize.
You know,
Slugsy, Shuggy the fanboy. Yeah, okay, all right.
fuck off never hurts my feelings. Shut up for some reason gets me.
You shouldn't have told me that. So,
I will tell you, I firmly, fully believe that poker is a social game above all else, and that if you're going on there and alienating people and making enemies rather than friends, there's no point to it.
yeah. And so far, I had one person that I kind of had a run in Poker Stars, and since then, he's actually my friend now. I mean, I've no time for it. No time for arguments at the table. Don't want it. Just rather
No.
just laugh it off. Right. So the strategy is reading people. Then that's what you would say.
Yeah, and I think, like, if you want my poker style, I would say that I'm fairly tight. I open my range up when I need to. I can be more aggressive, I can be looser if I have to be, but I would say that I'm a very disciplined player generally. If the stakes are high enough, I can I can come back from nothing if I really want to, but I gotta want to.
So you're at a table. Scenario is you're at a table and nobody's talking. So
Yeah.
how do you react to that then? Do you turn to your cards and forget about your 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 number one strategy?
I'd probably leave. I'll read the the mood, and if people don't want to talk and I seems like I'm annoying people by trying, then I'm gonna probably leave.
Yeah, good. I like it. Like it.
Yeah.
Caparé says, I love when people get tilty, angry, and rage quit. It's
Oh
a
yeah,
it's,
that's my favorite too.
it's a good place to get.
They're easy to take money from. When people get
Definitely.
emotional
Yeah.
over a game, then you know you got them.
Do you hear that, Newton? That's why I work. Poor Newton. I mean, Auntie, I give Newton such a hard time. I've known him for 3 years, and he's the guy that I don't know how he takes it off me, but at some point he just bursts and he just leaves the table. And rage quits. Oh, look, Slugsy's wrote Newton loves a good rage quit.
I will say, leaving with your dignity intact is not the same as rage quitting. I often will leave silently if I have nothing nice to say. I'll just kind of like go and take some space, but I don't feel it's a rage quit. I feel like a rage quit is like, fuck you guys, I'm out of here. And then you just get off. But
Okay, cool. Right. So in a session could last 10 minutes or it could last 10 hours. One session on PokerStars. Can you
yeah.
remember what's been your biggest win
Oh
in
yeah.
a session? Okay.
Yeah. 275 million.
Seriously.
Yeah, that was for a tournament.
But no, we'll get to tournaments. Let's talk about cash games, all right? Let's talk about
Cash games?
cash games, yeah.
It was gonna have been my biggest pot.
So that was your biggest session win,
Yeah.
which was 100.
I haven't had one like that since.
Yeah, which is really good. Really, really good. Right. On the other hand, in your session, what about the biggest loss?
Biggest loss that title would go to Sat Bash, and I remember it very well. I had it was on Uncapped. I was tilted. The one of the two times that I was ever tilted. I had lost a lot of money that week, and I just wasn't quitting. I kind of just started, and I flopped the nut straight, aces like with ace, and I bet. Then he put me all in on the river. There were two spades out. I was like, all right, whatever. I went all in. I think I was in for 75 million at that point, I want to say. And he rivered the flush.
Ah. Oh, so there was two spades out and on the river the flush came.
Yeah.
So you had not straight.
Yeah. And he had a lower straight. He had a lower straight. So I would have beat him, but then he got the flush.
Yeah. And were you all in or was it just a big bet, 75?
No, he put me all in. So after the flop, he put me all in.
Oh, so you had him beat after the flop that he caught the
Oh
river.
yeah, I had him until the turn.
Yeah.
That was a big lesson for me. I learned it well.
Yeah, and how did you feel emotionally and mentally after you lost 75 million? Because I've never lost that much.
It might not have been that much. I'm one of those people who builds it up in my mind, but it felt like that to me. I want to say if at that moment it felt that way. I'm not sure it was that much. Um, I felt angry. I felt like, why would somebody who has that much money do that to me? And then I thought about it. I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, why was I playing with those stacks in the first place? Right?
So you're blaming yourself at what point?
Well, if I had that much money, it would have been nothing to call. That would have been well within my range to call because I was like, why would he call that in the first place with what he had? Right? Why would he continue? Why would he, because I had ace king. Why would he keep going?
Well,
So,
one of the reasons probably is because he is the number one ranked player
yeah,
in the game because he has the biggest bankroll.
you got it.
So he can afford to call anything.
Yep.
Uh, so that's
He's a
probably
great
reason.
player. He really is. He's
Yeah,
a very good poker
yeah.
player.
But more than that, he's a great person. He's pretty humble.
I
If
would say
you've
so,
not
yeah.
if you've not seen that side of him, I've seen it. I played and I thought, oh, you've got billions, hundreds of billions, but really humble. And
Yeah.
it was down at the 10 million table, and he wasn't doing what most of the high rollers do on. I call it our table, the 10 million table. But the high rollers can't get uncapped. They come down a level and they get a little bit blasé and they start
Yeah.
throwing their chips around. Staff Bash didn't do that at all. He respected the people who were at the table, knowing that we weren't ready for uncapped, and
Yeah.
he played at our level, so he was good. Hold on, I've got a few messages coming in. Kappa
It def
says it's sorry, carry on.
No, go ahead.
No, Kappa says it's easy to get down on yourself, so she's talking down. I don't
It
know what
was a
she's talking
lesson.
about. And he says, but the people that absolutely take their anger out on the other players are psychopaths. But
It was a learning moment. I will say I was sad. I was disappointed in myself, and it was one of those blinders moments where you're like, "Why didn't I see that? Like, why didn't it even occur to me that he might have a flush?"
yeah,
You know?
but then again, you'd already committed. You were in the lead.
Yeah.
You got lucky.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, good stuff. Right, this break is sponsored by a VR poker player. This question, it's not a question, it's a statement. And he now owes me 90 million chips. His name is Revenant. He does play on Poker Stars, but he's from the VR poker side as well. And
Okay.
his 3 words, I would like to hear your reaction to these 3 words, if you could. Now, there's the 3 words.
The weirdest place, like, that I've ever been, or what's
I'm
the
not
weirdest
commenting. You just comment on your
the weirdest place? I'm so weird that I don't think that I've ever been to a place that I was uncomfortably weirded out in, put it that way.
No, no, not acceptable. I'm
The
not
weirdest
accepting the
place is
answer.
up here. I'm
Right,
telling you,
okay,
man.
I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay, because it's all about what people say.
Oh,
So, no, so
well,
the weirdest place, you've answered it. The weirdest place is in your mind.
I would say so.
Okay,
I'm pretty
good
weird.
answer. Good answer. Right, now it starts to get a little bit tricky.
Okay.
This is probably one of the hardest questions. Your friends, your favorite players in the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to split it into 2 tables. You're going to create 2 tables. The
Okay.
first table you're going to create is a social table where you want to have right good fun. You're not caring much about the game. You just want to have good fun. And
Yeah.
your next table will be a table where you want to play and steal chips, win a good kind of competitive table. Yeah. So
Okay.
I want to hear your 7 players that you're going to invite to your social table. And this is
Okay.
hard because you're going to leave people out that you forgot about. I know that, but just give me some names, will you?
Okay. Obviously I love playing with Chewy. Paul Chewy and I are buddies. Always
Yeah.
makes me laugh. He's very fun guy. I do lose chips to him a lot, so
Have you heard him doing his alien impersonation?
Actually, I don't know if I've heard that one.
Right, well, look out for it. Okay, so
All right.
Chewie's in.
Chewie's in. Obviously you're in.
Oh,
Kappa.
Shuggy's in. Kappa's
Yep.
in.
Newton.
Newton's in. But wait a minute.
Obviously-
Newton bought his personality in the store. But fine, Newton's in. Newton, you're in, son. Well done.
I love Rebel. I love Cyber.
Sorry, Rob. Who did you say? Robbo?
Rebel.
Oh,
Latour.
Rebel. Right. Okay. Rebel.
Yeah,
Latour.
she's always a hoot to play with. I love playing with her. She's
Cool.
like just so fun and bubbly. And then Cyber and I have been buddies since the game started, basically.
Okay. So let's see. You've got one more you can invite.
All right. Who am I missing? I'm trying to think.
You're probably missing a good handful, but
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That you put me on the spot.
I know that well, that's why you're here, to put you on the spot. That's exactly why you're here. So you've got Chewie. I'm sitting next to Chewie. Kappa's there. Newton's there. Rebel's there. Cyber's there. Who else is to be
I think
there?
it maybe honestly it wouldn't be a table without Bezu.
Zoo then. That's fine. Zoo's in.
But the thing is, I do lose money to all of you guys, so
But it's not about money. It's a social table.
social table, yeah.
Okay. So now let's go to your competitive table.
Okay.
Table that you could take chips off people, or tables that you want to challenge yourself in poker skills. So
Okay,
give me some names.
if we're gonna go with challenging myself, that's easy. Evil Turtle, I think, is probably the best poker player in the game. I love playing with him just because he makes me open up my range more, and he
Good
like
answer.
watching him play is educational for
Okay.
sure. I really like watching him play. I think Tiger Aces is a phenomenal poker player. I also
Okay.
like watching her play. Who else? I gotta say, you know, Staff Bash for sure.
That Staff Bash is in. So you've got 4 more names for your competitive table.
Okay.
And you can have people cross over. You can have people in your social table and your competitive.
Okay.
So
Tall Chewy, I would put on my competitive table. His poker style is sort of towards where I'm going with mine, like wanting to like take a little bit of a leaf out of his book, so to speak. When it comes to reading people, I will say, if you guys ever played with Yoda, TR?
who?
Yoda? She doesn't play a lot anymore.
I think I have actually. So put Yoda in.
She's really good. Like she is a very tight player, but she's also good at reading people. I think she's great with that.
Okay. 2 more.
If you guys remember, let me think. This is a really hard question. I should have thought about this in advance. What's her name? Theory Ann's a really good poker player.
Say it again. What's the name?
Theory Ann.
And you've got 1 more space for to challenge.
One more. I'm trying to think of who when they show up at my table. I'm like, oh damn. It happened the other day, and I'm blanking out because I'm under the gun. Honestly, you know who I find challenging to play against is what's his name? He's up there on the uncapped with all of us guys all the time.
Beach you're in.
Say it again?
Beach. Scottish boy. Beach. No.
No.
School of Rock.
No. I don't know. I'm gonna have to drop.
Dirty Draw.
No, not him.
Right. Okay. We'll come back to you. You've got
We'll
one
come back to
space.
it.
So if it comes to you,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. I'm just looking at some of the comments now. Slugsy's wrote Newton over Slugsy. Oh, what the fuck
I
is this
said
world
them
coming to?
both.
No,
I said them both.
you never put Slugsy in.
I did too.
No, you never. I've got it written down. You said Chewy. You said Shuggy. You said Kappa. Then you said Newton. Then you said Rebel, Cyber, and then Zoo.
I meant and Slugsy.
Sorry, it's only 9. That's 9.
I what? I thought I said Slugsy.
No, sorry.
We'll have to go back and rewatch it because I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay. Right. See if you said Slugsy, I'll give you 1,000,000 chips.
All right, cool.
Okay. Right. So Chewie says he agrees with the evil turtle. I've never managed to play with the hard-shelled bastard, but maybe one day I will.
No, he's a great poker player. He really is a great poker player.
Cool. Okay. Capare says, Slugsy, calm down. Don't get poker divorced. Oh, they're married. They're poker husband and wife. You ever heard anything so ridiculous in your life? Playing a stupid game. Right. Okay. Now, this next question is probably very hard. A lot of people dodge it. I respect people who don't dodge it, but I don't care if you dodge it. It's your own thing. And I've got a feeling because you're such a nice person that you will dodge it. So,
Okay.
Is there any players you don't like?
Of course there are.
Good. Right. You can name and shame them then.
I'm not gonna do that.
See, I knew you'd be too nice to say it. So is there
It's not
nobody?
that I'm too nice and too classy.
Okay. So just write,
And I'm sure there are people that don't like me either. So there we go. It's all
just
right.
write down classic. Right.
I dislike people that feel the need to dim somebody else's light to make theirs shine brighter.
There's nobody that comes to mind. I'm trying to get.
Just in general.
You just keep it classic. That's fine. So what would what would annoy you about someone at the table? I know you said like to be dimmer. Is it bad language? Is it bad play? Is it being rude? What would it?
What annoys me is like at higher levels for like gossiping. That annoys me. Like, oh, did you hear so and so, this and that, talking shit about other people. It's just to me it's grating and it's immature and it's like why? Right? If you don't like somebody, just ignore them or just avoid them, to me.
Okay.
Also, like I think some people don't realize that a lot of the people that play on here, I think don't have a whole lot, or not a lot, but many people that play on VR don't have a lot of social outlets and don't have a lot going on for them. A lot of them are physically disabled and might have, very limited means to engage in the outside world. And for them, it's a big part of their life, right? And when somebody is going on and being cruel to them or being rude or being unaware of somebody's, like shit that they might be going through, then to me that just speaks volumes about their character.
Yeah. And Slugsy says, yeah, the tables can be like the school, but sometimes that's good. Sometimes I like it, but it's got to stop. It can't carry on table to
Time
table.
and place, yeah. Just that, and like when I'm trying to play serious poker at higher stakes and people are, like I get a good hand and I'm playing within my range, my means, and then like people start like going all in and crap, I get annoyed about losing that hand, but I can just go to a different table at that point.
Okay. Told Chewie, he says his computer's not working, so he doesn't think he can call in, but you can use your phone, Chewie. So yeah, if anyone wants to come in and ask Auntie your own question, the link is on the page, so have a look. I've put the link there. You're more than welcome to come in and put your own question to Auntie.
Yeah, I'll answer anything. I'm just not throwing anyone under the bus.
Yeah, that's
because then I open myself to get thrown under the bus.
You're keeping it classy. We're with you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you've probably answered this question. Who is the best player you've played against? I think you did answer it.
The best player I've played against. I gotta say, it's gotta be Turtle.
Okay.
Evil Turtle.
So Turtle's up top.
And Staff Bash gave me a run for my money on the 25 million that I played. He got second. He got first and I got second.
Yeah.
He definitely gave me a run for my money.
So you probably, I mean, the question that was actually players who's the best players. So you've probably kind of covered that. So you get Staff Bash, but Evil Turtles right up there at the very top.
Oh, add
And
Pickle to my list of players if I want to work on my game. Put him
right,
at the
good.
table.
Yep,
Put
okay.
him at the table because I'm
That's
always like,
it.
oh fuck, when he shows
Right.
up.
Okay, so that table's now full. And what you've actually done is pretty it's pretty brave because your competitive table, you've picked some of the best players in the game. So
Yeah.
I like that. It's not just about players that you can make chips from. It's players that you think a good run for your money. Cool. Okay, is there bad points about the game? What do you not like? And I'm talking more about the layout of the game and the way the game plays. Is there anything you would change about the game? What happens in the game that you don't like?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I would make the tables round first of all. I think like the way the poker tables are makes it difficult to socialize and hard to see everybody and like
Hmm.
you know you're knocking elbows with some people and you can barely see
Yeah,
other people. So that would be the one thing. And then
yeah, sure.
I think like that would be the main thing, the main complaint I have that I would change. But you know, aside from that, it's all like little stuff.
Yeah. Oh, anything else you can think of? The little stuff, things like don't know, background sounds or all the gimmicks, the toys, the guns, all
I
that
love
stuff.
all that stuff. I know I'm a little kid inside, so my maturity levels are lower than most sometimes. So when I'm
And
yeah, I like that
yeah.
stuff.
And how do you feel about Poker Stars playing Poker Stars against people who play blackjack, craps, roulette? They're playing against you with chips that haven't been won on poker. Does that not annoy you?
No, why would that annoy me?
Well, it annoys me because I think it's unfair. Somebody's put all their all their chip stack on red and they've doubled up.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm playing this for years, trying to build up my chip stack. I only play poker, so I don't think it's fair. The, the game's called Poker Stars. Why is blackjack craps there? You should have your own bankroll. I think you should have your own bankroll for craps or your own bankroll for blackjack. But away
Well,
from
hold
poker.
on.
Yeah.
Yes, but then where do we talk about people who bought chips?
Yeah, but do you buy chips for your poker or do you buy them for your blackjack?
So like
So
you,
you,
in other words, you'd have to have separate bankrolls for each game that you played?
yeah, yeah, that's what I
Okay.
think. So if you buy chips, then you can
I hear
decide
you.
where you want to drop them. So say you buy 10 million chips, say, I want to put 2 million in each different bankroll.
But in
I think
reality, it's no different than if you went into a regular casino, right? So
true.
the same Joe Schmo could walk in with
Yeah,
$100 and
yeah,
leave with
yeah,
10,000 from blackjack and then go put it into poker and do what he
yeah.
does. But if he sucks at poker, he's going to lose it eventually anyways.
But however, it's called Poker Stars. It's not called Casino Royale. You know, we
I hear
we
you.
we we went on to this game because we seen the word poker. Did go on the game because it was blackjack. We probably would be there if it was called Blackjack Stars. So it's just a
Fair
thing about.
enough.
It's mine. It's my answer to you. The question to you. Things that I would change about the game. Also, what's your thoughts on your own personal suite rather than the lobby?
I like that. You know, it does take some of the spice out of not knowing if you're going to get your avatar boobies grabbed or not. But, you know, I like it generally.
Yeah, and your comments on the rooftop.
I
Been up
mean,
there?
I went up there one time and that was that. I personally haven't spent too much time up there. I'm not saying that it's not worth it or that it's not fun or that there's not some reason to be up there, but that's generally not the stakes that I would play at. So if it was higher stakes, then sure. Or if you could control like who you got up there with, but you can't. So it's like
Uh,
random people.
the rooftop for me is a fantastic environment. There's a DJ up playing. It's very
Yeah.
chilled. It's a great environment. However, there's no poker tables there.
Well, that's the big reason that I don't really go up there,
Yeah,
but
yeah. So what? Poker Stars with a room without poker tables in it. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's just
yeah,
crazy.
I think my thought on why they made that was to funnel some of the younger kids up there and out of the poker tables.
Yeah, but it's a great environment, and what I was thinking, or my idea, we're talking about how you would adjust the gap. It's a great environment. And are you a member? Do you pay the subscription?
I am, yes, I do.
Right. So I was thinking that the rooftop, such a good environment, would be a great place for just members to play poker because the kids aren't going to do a membership.
I like that idea.
So
I like that a lot.
yeah,
But we've got the yeah, actually I really like that. Because what yeah, Shaggy, because what do we get? What do the members get? There's no like members only lounge. Yeah, I like
yeah.
that idea.
I'm gonna- this is- what is Slugsy saying? It's time for a rooftop poker lobby with multiple tables. Yeah, Slugsy,
Yeah.
I agree. He's my fellow countryman. He's my left hand man because my right hand man is Bruce. Brucey. Slugsy is a good friend that I met on Poker Stars. He doesn't stay that far from me. Wait a minute. We've got somebody. Oh, I thought somebody was coming in there. Say that be not so great. I cannot be a member.
Honorary.
No, because Newton stays in Switzerland, he's not allowed to subscribe to the game. He's not allowed to buy anything in the game. He can't buy chips. He can't buy gifts.
So he should get grandfathered in then.
Nah, I think we should leave him where he is.
You're so kind.
Oh, Newton never spoke for 2 years. He just. Wait a minute.
love
What's
Shaggy.
Kappa saying? Avatars, boobies, and calves sure made a girl's avatar feel wanted.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Can't imagine people want to do that with an avatar. It's just silly.
I was being a little facetious, but you know, added a little spice to the game for sure.
Yeah, and there's Newton saying thanks. I don't know if he's saying thanks to you for being honorary or a sarcastic thanks to me for saying no, leave him where he is. He knows it. By 15-year-old boy, says Kappa. Incidentally, if anyone wants to come in, it's your last chance if you want to click the link to come in and ask your own question. Okay, I dare you to come in. People are a little bit scared to come in for some reason. I don't know if they're sitting in pajamas or whatever. And a lot of people watch this on catch up as well. They don't catch it live just to like those anti-ats. Right. So, how often do you play?
I play on, I would say like almost every day, sometimes not, but I would say I play a little bit usually every day.
Okay.
I have been.
And have you given yourself a challenge in PokerStars? What's your challenge?
Yeah, I do have a little game I like to play in tournaments to see how low I can get and then come back. So like sometimes my challenge will be like, okay, so like I don't intentionally like give away all my money, but like if I have a bad hand, a bad beat, I'll challenge myself. Okay, like let's make it 20 more hands. Let's make it 10 more hands, like whatever it is that I have, and see if I can do that. So I like to try to survive. Put it that way. It's
And
my little
do you
game.
know another player that plays pretty much like that is Bazoo.
Yeah, she does.
Bazoo actually, obviously a very good player, but she kind of pats her or congratulates herself if she folds a hand she wasn't going to win on.
Yeah.
You know, so she although she does fold, but she remembers what she folded and she says, "Good, I saved myself 200,000 because I folded there. I did the right thing." What people don't
Yeah.
think like that. So yeah. So
Discipline.
so what is your challenge though? Is it your bankroll? Is it we're going to talk
Yeah.
about tournaments in a minute. Is it tournament play? Where is the challenge in PokerStars for you?
I think my bankroll has been a challenge. I don't seem to have any problem making money, but keeping it is my issue. So I think like I'll get carried away. I'll do too many sit and goes. I'll call something in a bad moment that I shouldn't have called. But I think a lot of times I'll join a lot of tournaments and higher tournaments, and I don't get any return on the majority of them.
So I think it's bankroll management. I think the more chips you get, the looser you play until you can have a reality check. Does that happen to you?
The more chips I get, no, I think the less chips I have, the looser I get, which is bad.
Ah, so opposite. Right, okay.
Opposite, yeah. Just
Uh,
fuck it.
Right. So tournaments. Tell us your tournament story. Do you play tournaments? What tournaments do you play? And what successes have you had?
Okay, so I do play tournaments. I've gotten to a bunch of final tables, gotten second, third, fourth, fifth, all those sixth, seventh, eighth, obviously. But I think my notable, I got third in a 25 million, and then I got most recently I got second in a 25 million. Against I think the final three were with Staff Bash, me, Pickle, and then I can't remember who the third was.
So
But
so
that
it was
was
25 million buy-in.
yep,
Oh God. So obviously you won a lot of chips then coming
I
second.
did. I did. I won like 275 million.
That's fantastic. Oh yeah, you told us earlier on. I said I would come back to it. 275. That's you. How did you feel?
Elated, pissed off that I lost because I thought I was gonna win. Actually, at one point, Staff was like looked at me. He's like, "Oh my God, you're gonna win!" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna win!" And then he got me. So
Wow.
I got too confident. But that was the tightest I've ever played. Like I'll never forget. Right before the final table, like we
Yeah,
knew we were in the final table, and I ended up on the big blind. There's one more hand, even though we were all in. And I had pocket jacks, and Staff tried to put me all in, and I had to fold them.
that's that's very regimented. Well done, you. Um, so have you ever won a tournament?
I've never won one. Nope.
So would you say that is a challenge for you just to get that win?
Yeah. Heads up is not my strength, so I've been playing a lot of spin and goes to try to work on that.
Ah, yeah, that's a good learning game, isn't it?
Hmm.
Suppose.
Yeah.
This is yeah, cool, cool. So do you play every tournament, or do you pick and choose? It's just how you feel, or
It just depends. Like some weekends I might do none. Like I didn't do any of the most recent MGTs really. I just did, like I think I did the 1 million one, and then I had one entry into the main event. But I like to do the 5 mils. That's really good in my like good range where I'm not like so tight about like, oh my God, 10 million I just bought in for. But I'm also not like fuck it, it's just 100,000, whatever it is.
there's Chewy saying you played well against the heads up on
Yeah, well
Christmas.
you still won. Although I was
Right?
very short stack coming into that one too, wasn't I?
Or was it?
Yeah, I was last place in the one that in the 25 million that I got second in. I was last place
Right.
almost the entire way.
Wow, and that's what you were talking about then. See how far back you were, how much you could turn it around. So well done,
Yeah.
coming from last to. And how long did it take that tournament for you
Oh,
when
that
you
took
came
forever.
second? Roughly how
Forever.
long?
I don't even remember. It felt like forever. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, and was it that? I mean, I don't think I know I wouldn't. I'd never ever play a 25. I'd never play a tournament. 25 million. Is it social tables or is it just strictly let's play poker, shut up,
Oh, it
concentrate?
it can be a mix of the both, but it can be so brutal in tournaments when nobody's talking at your table or when it's people that are pissed off or whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, I honestly some of the ones that I'm more proud of myself are like the 100,000 ones. Like the 10 o'clock that's got like 300 people in them, and I've gotten to second place in those before because you beat out
Yeah,
more people.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Right. Can you? This is a sad one. Can you think of any players that no longer play the game? Any reason?
Yeah, Jay Hill doesn't play anymore.
Who?
If you guys remember Jay Hill, he doesn't play anymore. Players that don't play anymore, obviously, D Styles doesn't play anymore because
Uh,
he's passed away. Um, those are two big ones.
right. Okay. Um, right. So you do subscribe to the membership. Are you doing the? Is it 10 and 25? I do the 10. Is it $10 a month?
I do the
Membership.
extra one, whatever the fun one is.
So that's the top membership.
Yeah, the
And
fancy one.
yeah, so well done. You hats off to you. But do you know, I feel rather sorry for the people that do the big one because I don't think you're appreciated enough. Because to go from $10 a month to $25 a month to get extra props, but your name's still in purple, I think you guys should have your name in gold just to say, listen, look, I'm subscribed to this game. I'm funding it every month. And do you not feel like that? There's a big gap between $10 and 25.
I gotta say, I'm one of those people that, and usually I'm not upset about something until somebody points it out to me that I should be. Doesn't usually occur to me to be, but now I'm upset. You're right.
Yeah, right. Glad I got you upset. Right. Okay. So yeah, so you do subscribe, and
Yep.
what is your reason for subscribing? Is it to get all the fun stuff?
Yeah, mainly. And I like to play in those free rolls that are just for members. I like to have
Yeah.
those like perks,
Okay.
and also like to support a game that I
Oh,
enjoy playing a lot.
that's my biggest thing about support the game, because I think hundreds of people would be lost out the game if it wasn't there and
I
it
see
wasn't
that.
getting supported. I mean, obviously, game developers and the people that are in charge of the game, if they weren't making money, they would be there. If they weren't there, they would be there either. So, uh, I think as a collective, we should support it, and subscribing to it
Yep.
is guaranteed income for them. Although I think they must do well with sales of chips.
I'm thinking that they must do very well.
Have you heard of people spending fortunes on the game? Have you ever heard the
I
stories?
have, and that hurts. I mean, I've spent money on the game as well, but no, I've definitely talked to people that I felt were dealing with gambling addiction and probably spending outside their means. But many more people are not spending outside their means, even if they're spending a lot of money.
Did you not say at the start of this interview that it wasn't gambling?
I think gambling is a problem if you are losing more money than you can afford to lose reasonably.
Right, so we're nearly done here. Oh, you've went over the hour. That means you get a brownie point, you get a blue Peter, or you don't know what a blue Peter badge is, but you get a badge for being over the hour.
All right.
Have you ever met any VR players in real life?
Except for my sister.
All right, okay. So have you met any VR players that stay local to you?
No. Actually, the other day, it's funny you say that. Actually, the other day I was at a table and I mentioned I live around Boston, and there's a guy at the table, and he's like, "Hey, I live in this town," and it's the same town I live in.
Oh, wow. Wow, people.
But I messaged him. I messaged him to like say that I live there. He never answered me, so
Uh,
he
and
probably doesn't want to be found.
I don't know if you've heard some of the rumors or some of the interviews that we've done. And this happened 3 years ago when we all played on the other game, VR Poker. Some of us moved over to PokerStars, but we were just about before lockdown. We were ready to organise a huge meetup.
Yeah.
It started. It was going to be in New York, and then we were talking cruises, and you could bring family and friends with you as well. But it'd be a VR up. Would something like that appeal to you, like for a vacation, even if it was 5 days, or to meet some of the players that you play against, stand at a bar, have a drink with them, and then 8 o'clock at night, yeah, we'll play some poker, live
Yeah, I would
poker.
love that. I'd love that. I don't know that I would do 5 days just because I don't get with my job. I only get I think like 2 weeks of vacation time a year.
Wow, is that all 2 weeks?
Yeah, 10
God,
days, and then we get some sick days, but it's not much. So I think maybe a few days I would definitely do if it was over weekends and it was close
yeah,
enough to where I live.
yeah, because what I was thinking, we were going to take a cruise out of Florida. But then
Okay,
I know there's some people that don't cruise, like the zoo. She would go on a cruise ship, and
I've never been.
other people like yourself that can't get time off. So the idea was then, okay, let's meet up in New York
Yeah, I'm
for,
down for
for
that.
yeah. So New York for 3 days, and then if people wanted to join the cruise ships leave from New York, so we can do a 7 day Caribbean cruise down to the Caribbean, then back to New York. So people get the option to just do the New York or New York and the cruise. So I think that's the way to go if we were ever to do that. Do you think?
I agree. Yeah, no, I don't know that I would. I feel like the idea of a cruise makes me feel very panicked and trapped.
Okay.
So I don't know.
It just means if you had any weirdos at the cruise ship, you couldn't escape from them unless you can swim.
Well, I'm a great swimmer. I used to be a swim teacher and a lifeguard, but
Yeah. Is it a job that you would love to do that you're never going to do, or what would be your ideal job?
I wanted to be a doctor, but I realized that I probably wouldn't have been happy doing that. I think I'm doing exactly what I'm meant to be doing, man. But
All right.
if I could be an artist, I would
A singer or a painter?
paint like a media artist. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And do you do that in your spare time?
Yeah, I do a lot of painting actually.
Okay, good. Uh, Same Auntie. What was she talking? Kath.
Maybe about the cruise.
All right. Okay. So the cruise might be too much. So she would quite fancy doing the 3-day meet in New York. Okay. Well, we'll put it out. As I said before, I'm in obviously Europe. If somebody was going to organise that, it would need to be somebody in America that say, right, okay, I'm going to organise this because I can get good deals or whatever. So it might happen, but if it is going to happen, it's definitely going to be a year
All
in
right.
advance. Yeah, she says, sorry, it's trapped on a cruise. You were right. You're right. Kappa would feel trapped on a cruise with a bunch of weirdos. Right. Okay, we're on to your last question. Well done, by the way. You've done very well, very relaxed. What is the craziest thing? Not the craziest, but tell me some crazy things you've seen happen at the Stars poker tables. Think of any?
Oh God. I heard and tried to report once somebody, it sounded like beating their child, which was really unsettling.
Wow. What about any
I
fun, crazy fun things? Think of anything
I've
offhand?
heard people having sex.
No,
Yep.
no. Oh my
Mhm.
God. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, that's a crazy fun thing, but I'm talking about like jokes and people
Okay.
doing pranks or anything like that.
I'm trying to think pranks. I don't know that anybody's ever played a prank on me, but I think like a lot of the humor that we have gets me like obviously the selling of body parts joke.
Yeah. Behave. This is going live on YouTube. Don't tell everybody our conversations, what we sell, contraband,
Um I think
expandables.
I think like the weird stuff that I see is mostly like when people don't know that their mics are
Yes, yes, are
yeah.
not muted. Yeah, and
Yeah, no, no, no. I've heard a lot of cheating that way. People like announcing their hands and not realizing that they're announcing their hands to someone else, but to the whole table, and the whole table's like,
uh,
okay, and
yeah,
trying to tell them, but then they don't hear you.
yeah.
Stuff like
Kappa
that.
saying a bunch of weirdos. Exactly. We're all weird. And then Slugsy 10,000. I know what he's saying there. 10K. Slugsy's talking about his $10,000. And you know Slugsy's voice band for a
I
month.
know he is. I know he
Yeah,
is.
yeah. And we think it's to do with the $10,000 challenge that he gives people.
What's that?
Not telling you on a live interview.
Fair enough.
Slugsy could tell you, or maybe Kappa Ray can tell you what Slugsy would do for $10,000.
Oh, okay. I can imagine.
Yeah,
I'll imagine it.
yeah, he would do it. In fact, you'll see him on the page. You've got I think Kappa done a little video record of Slugsy in action, and it shows you on the page what he would do for $10,000. So
All right. I'll that sounds like a good time. I'll have to check it out.
yeah, do have a look. So the pranks and stuff, obviously, we play a little game. I don't know if you at the table when we've done this, but we do
Yes,
it,
I
do
do
it
remember this game.
last man in, that one.
Yeah, and so everybody, I remember when we decided that what did we say that had happened? Like something had happened in the world
Yeah,
and we were
lies.
all,
Yeah, yeah,
you would like lies about something, and then everybody that joined the table was like, what? What did we say?
yeah.
Putin was dead or something? Yeah, we said Putin
That's
was
it.
dead.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're all Googling. So the last man is if you've got a full table and one empty seat, there's a prank for every time someone else joins the table. So whether it's a lie or where everybody mutes themselves or loads of different scenarios. Yeah.
Actually, there is one, and this is Cyber, and I'm still salty with him on this one. It's also maybe the fake blonde in me that fell for this, but
Okay.
he had that little spy camera, and I'd never seen it before, right?
Huh?
And so we were on uncapped, and I had just put 10 mil in on ace 2 of diamonds, right? And he takes a picture of my cards and shows it to me. He's like, "Oh, the devs gave this to me. Like, I can see your cards."
Mhm.
And based on that, and based on the fact that he called me knowing my cards,
Yeah.
I folded and I lost the 10 mil even though I would have had him.
Wow. Wow. So,
Yeah, and then
so,
he told me afterwards, and I was like, "You motherfucker."
so I don't get that. So did the spy camera see the cards?
So the spy camera will take a picture under the table of your cards, right? And then
Uh-huh.
when he can't see what's on the picture, but you can.
Ah, right, with you. Right.
So I could see the picture, but I didn't realize that he couldn't see it to E2. So he got me good on that one.
Yeah, that's actually good. That.
Cyber geek.
I've never seen the spy cam. Is it in the store still?
It's in intermittently here and there, yeah.
Right. I'll keep a lookout for that because I like that. I like that idea. Cool. Right. Before we let you go, you've been a star. Do you have any questions for the members, myself, or anything? Are you good?
No, I think just keeping awesome, and I enjoy playing with everybody, and I have so much fun with you guys.
Good. And I'll just please don't take me serious if I tell you shut up.
From now on, I won't. It just caught me off guard because you're always so nice.
I'm not. Just say, Shuggy, you shut up. That's just the way I am.
You just sounded so serious. I thought I did something wrong, and I was like, "Oh God, what did I do?"
Not at all. Not at all. Right, you've been a star, and thank you very much. And you are now a star of the round table of poker. Tell. Oh, wait a minute. We've got somebody coming in with a question. Oh no, it was Chewy. He nearly came in. I nearly put one.
Aw.
Stay with us for a minute because he might try again. All right.
All right.
Wait a minute. There's Kappa saying, "Great interview, Auntie."
Thank you, Kappa.
It was a great interview. Very precise, very clear.
If I knew some of the questions ahead of time, I could have given you better answers, I think.
But then it's no much fun because I like spontaneous answers. Chewy says he can't get in. You were in, but you disappeared.
That's what he said.
Yeah. So can't get in. That's what he said. Right, we're going to let you go. Thanks to everyone who watched. And we don't have anyone for next week. So
Oh no.
yes, so Auntie, you tell everybody they should be messaging us and get on there for the interview. Come on, promote the round table of poker. Go for it.
I will. Actually, I got somebody from Uncapped today to join.
There you go. Well done.
So there we go.
Well done.
Everybody
So,
join the round table of poker. It's a really good group of people. I like playing with them. So please join.
and how was your experience? Because I know you were a little bit nervous. How did you find?
I wasn't nervous. It was fun. It was nice. This is what I do for a living.
Of course. No, it wasn't you. It was nervous. It was everyone else. It was nervous. Right. Have a great day. And if you're going on the tables, we might see you. I might go in for an hour. It's actually 1:15 in the morning.
Maybe you should go to bed. I might go play the 10 mil, or I might come on and play some tables. We'll see.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, guys.
There we go. That's our Auntie Axe. That's Auntie Axe. I'll be now. Great girl. I loved her philosophy and her mindset about. Okay, that's me over and out. Thank you, Newton. He says great interview. Thank you very much, Newton. Thanks for everybody who's watching and for everybody that's watching on catch up. Don't forget to give me your chips. And if you want to join us here, then just message the page, message me on the page, and we'll get you. Thanks, and don't forget.